Hi, scholars. How are you doing? I'm so excited that you're here. I finally recovered, so I got my voice back. I'm so grateful for that. Welcome back. We're diving right back in. Today, we're continuing our discussion on structuring your literature review. This is by far one of my best topic. Like I told you, I spent 3 semesters working on my literature review, so I have a ton of knowledge and experience I want to share with you. Today, we're jumping into part 3, and we've got one more segment to wrap up this series. Okay, let's jump in. Now, remember, having a clear structure isn't optional. It is essential. It is vital. You need to understand what's required and have a solid plan for how you're going to meet those expectations. Again, going through this process, you need to have a clear understanding of that. So today we're identifying gaps in the literature. So let's talk about one of the most critical sections of the dissertation. Identifying the gaps in the literature. This is where you review shifts. It literally shifts from simply describing what exists to proving what's missing, and more importantly, why your study matters. The why, which is in your problem statement. So at the doctorate level, this is not about saying more research is needed. That is too vague. Instead, you're making a precise evidence-based argument that something important has not yet been fully examined. So what is a gap really? A gap is not just an absence of research. It is a meaningful limitation in current knowledge that already existed, right? So impacts theory, practice, or understanding. It is supported by patterns you see across studies, so you'll see that clearly, and directly connects to your research purpose. Think of it like this. Because of X limitation in existing studies, we still don't fully understand why. I hope that's clear. That should be clear for everyone. Okay, your study should aim to address areas such as, and I'll list these out, please make sure you're taking notes, under-researched populations, outdated models, unclear causal relationships, limited generalizability, so that include the generalization of the population, inconsistent findings, or even methodological weaknesses. For example, if your focus is on single working parents, so this is my example from my paper, some of the gaps I identified was limited research on psychological autonomy within that specific group. There was inconsistent definitions of work-life balance, and there was also lack of representation of single working fathers, or very few studies using validated autonomy and well-being instruments altogether. So those were some of my gaps. To really strengthen this section of your paper, please hear me clearly. You want to identify specific types of gaps. So write these down. Please write these down. There's population gaps. Who is missing from the research? Contextual gaps are studies done in the wrong setting. Methodological gaps are the approaches limited or flawed. So you'll recognize that pattern in your research. Theoretical gaps are theories underdeveloped or poorly applied. Contradictory findings. Do your studies disagree without explanation? And there's also variable relationship gaps. We know variables are connected. It's like X and Y, they're connected, but not how or why those variables are connected. This is where your work becomes powerful. This is where you get to justify your study and plead your case on why it is needed. Today, We focused on identifying gaps in the literature, and this is truly one of the most important parts of your dissertation because, again, it leads back to chapter 1 in your problem statement. I hope this gave you clarity and direction as you move forward in your journey. If you have questions about this chapter, chapter 2, chapter 1, any chapter, please feel free to message me on my Substack, on the chat page at Anna Blueprint, and you can also find me on YouTube at Anna Blueprint. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. And remember, small wins today lead to big impact tomorrow. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Keep the faith, stay strong, and I'm rooting for you. And know that others may not see what you're doing right now, but I see you. So don't lose hope and don't lose faith. And I love you so much. Bye for now.